All right, Baruch Hashem, we're back. Perek Yud Gimel. Just one myself on the plane. I was sitting on the plane with my Tanya, and there was a massive group of Chabad boys that they were going to the Rebbe. That's what they do. They go to the oil before the Bar Mitzvah, right? You know, that's what they do. They go from here. They literally about 60 to 80 of them. It was unbelievable with all the Rabbonim and everyone coming on. And one of the Rabbonim, he looks down, he takes a double look. Tanya, you're learning? I'm like, yeah. He says, I must tell you something. He says, Lekutei Amorim. Why is everything that the Alter Rebbe and many of the Rebbes, Amorim, Lekutei Amorim is like, gathering together things. So he came up with a whole mahalach that everything they were gathering was sparks and everything from the Benoini and from the Heilige Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh, and he put them together for us to be able to learn a mahalach hachaim. But al kaponim, we're holding the middle of Perek Yud Gimel, which is a very important Perek, which is the Perek talking about the Heilige Benoini and what it means to us. And we spoke about this idea about how a Benoini at times specifically can be very connected. And at those times, he's mamish, heilig, but it doesn't always last that long. So let's go from the paragraph I'd like to finish. I'm going to go a little bit fast because we've just been so behind. And there's another trip coming up, as you know, as well, which means we mamish have to get moving over here. Otherwise, we're never going to cover any ground. So Perek Yud Gimel, the paragraph beginning Va'av, meaning like this. Until now, we've been discussing a regular normal Yid that goes to work, and he goes to learn, and he goes to daven. And he's Isaac in Yonei Olam Hazeh. Just happens to be during davening. He's so aroused. He's so connected at that moment. That's then gewaldig. The Tanya now is going to be mechadish to us that even a person that's sitting and learning Torah the ganze Tag, he's learning a whole day, he has the same issue. Have a look. Even if a person his whole life, day, yoyim v'layla, he's sitting and learning. Lishma, by the way, unbelievable. There's not a raya that he has transformed, like the tzaddik has done, the ra, the evil, into toiv. That means up until now, what we're saying is the tefillah that gives the Benoini tapping into a bit of a tzaddik. In other words, during the time of tefillah, this Benoini has a din of a tzaddik because he's mamish transformed everything into being toiv. But it's only lasting for those few minutes. Over here, what we're saying over here is that even if a person is learning the whole time, he may never ever feel the urge for something bad. So maybe he's a tzaddik. Of them zog, the Tanya, no. Even he's not a tzaddik, right? Because he hasn't transformed the ra into toiv. Ella, yachal yais, it could be. Shema husay, v'atzmusoyu, betokva gvrosim b'mkoy mechon asmali, that the ra inside him is in full force. Rak happens to be shelavushov shehei machshava dibo umaisa. Right, that's the three outer clothings of the neshama. Machshava, his thoughts; dibo, speech; maisa, his deeds. Shel nefesh bahamis eino mislabsh b'moich v'pevidai mashar v'guf. That means there is no limb in him of his entire body that takes any action of the wants of his nefesh habahamis. It stays within the realms of what's meant to be done. Why? Mipnei Hashem shenosan shlitu memshal lamoyach alalev. Because Baruch Hu gave this yid the ability to the conquer that his brain had over the heart. V'lachein nefesh alekisha b'moich masheles. That means that he has the koyach, the nefesh alekis in his moyach, in his brain, is moishel, it's running, it's ruling the irktana, that's his whole body, and therefore it makes sure everything's done in accordance with its view. Shein machshava divamaysa shatarig mitzvahs haTorah, to make sure everything's done in the correct way. Avol, but just remember, Mahusa batzmusa shenefesh alekis ein lo shlita mamshalamusa batzmusa shenefesh bahamis bebeinini. So in other words, the shlita, right, this ruling is only on the levushim. It's only on the outer garments, right? The machshava dibo maisa, right? Except for certain times that even during those times it has shlita on, right? That's, by the way, of course, the difference between the tzaddik and the Benoini in that case, because the Benoini doesn't change, as we mentioned so many times, the deep inner core of the nefesh of Bahamas. He just succeeds winning over the temporary desires that it gives him. Ki'im, b'shar sha'avas Hashem u'b'skalos liboy, be'itim uzmonim k'moi, b'shar sa'tfilah kitzba. except for certain times that there's a fire burning, like for example during davening we spoke about. And even during that time, it's not completely alone. Like the Pasuk says in Bereshit Chaf Gimel, right? One nation should overpower the other nation. We spoke about this. Right? There can only be one ruler. When one rules, the other one falls. Should never kiss my misametzes or misgaberes al nevesh habahamis b'makor agvura shehi bina. That means the nefesh hadakis, right? Literally during tefillah is completely overpowering the nefesh habahamis in its inner core in that case, with all of the power of Bina, because Bina, of course, is the Makara Gvura of strength, lehisboinein, as we've said so many times, to really be nisboinein, to think, to contemplate, maybe the English word would be, Begedulas Hashem ein sei baruch hu lahoyle da'ava, azal Hashem kerish be'esh, b'chalei monish b'loi, mamish, to bring this tremendous, fierce love that he has, this flaming love that he has on the right side of Hashem. Va'oz, Iskapya Sitra Acha Smoli, and all of a sudden he subdues, he weakens the other side, the Sitra Acha that's on the left side. It doesn't get completely bottled when it comes to a Beinani, Elabet Tzaddik, only when it comes to a Tzaddik. Shenem a boy steht in Tilim, Velibi Cholol Bekirbi. By a tzaddik, his libi, his heart is cholol, it's empty because there's no bad there bechlal. Vumoyes, as we discussed, it's mius, it's disgusting. Barav, he hates it with the deepest understanding of sinner, of hatred. Oy, shelo betachas sinner canal. Avo bebeinini, that's all by tzaddik. Avo bebeinini, this beinini of course doesn't hate the ra so badly. Who derech moshe kodem yeshiyashen. It's like a person that's sleeping. Anyone that's sleeping can theoretically be woken up or can wake up at any time. So to the bad inside the Beinani, even during Krishma, he's busy Shema Yisrael. He's mamish flaming love of Hashem. At any moment, the Yetzer can chap him and say, did you not think about what you saw last night? Who knows, right? He can wake up at any moment. So you can sleep, you can wake up, you can sleep, you can wake up. That's a Beinani. V'lachein, Rabbi said this is the most exciting Gaal. Ready for this? We're about to answer a kasha from Perek Aleph. Remember, if you said Perek Aleph, you've got a while to wait. Not so long. So, and time-wise, yeah, but prokim-wise, not. Al Kaponim is going to answer. I'm going to say it to you outside so you understand this. It's beautiful. In Perek Aleph, we asked a kasha. Rabbah said, the Gemara says, Rabbah says, Kigoyin Ana, I'm a Beinani. And everybody says, if Rabbah's a Beinani, then what are we? How can Rabbah talk himself to be a Beinani? We asked the kasha. He never stopped learning for even a second. So that's a Beinani. What does that mean? So listen to this. The answer is basically someone that doesn't. Well, let's have a look. That's why Rabbah was machzik himself as a Beinani. Even though he never stopped learning. By Rabbah, the little bit of spark of love and intense connection we have during Kriyat Tefillah, Rabbah had every moment of the day when he was learning. So for him, he was like a Beinani the whole day of someone who was davening. Meaning, just like when a regular person is davening, and he has that intense love for Hashem, even if it's for 2.5 seconds during Kriya Shema, at that exact moment, he is a Beinani. By the way, this is the most practical thing we've learned so far. He is a Beinani. You could turn yourself into a Beinani of the Tanya just by listening to what he's saying right now. During the times of davening, you can sit down, you can say, I'm in love with Hashem. I want to get closer to Hashem. Right? Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Hashem is one. I want to have a chedik of that, right? So Rabbah held himself to be like that even during his learning, that he was a Beinani the whole time. Just like we're a Beinani, we never got rid of our Ra. We just right now are completely overpowered by the Toiv. The Toiv inside us is so powerful, who's thinking about Ra? But the Ra's still there. No, because Pashas Ma'aseh doesn't have Aveira, he's a Rasha. Just for that. Right, and until he does tshuva. We had that previously, until he does tshuva. You're right. Kol Zman didn't do tshuva, the Aveira still be Yodai. But once he does tshuva, you're right, he's no longer Rasha. Very good. But what he's saying over here is that a Beinani, when he davens, the love is so intense, he's almost like a tzaddik, right? Just the Rav, just for those moments. So Rabbah learned all day, he considered himself a Beinani, because I'm like davening all day, right? The Rav can wake up at any time. V'hinei. Midas Avazu, right? We're going to continue, right? We want to get past this. We want to get a little bit more just to make sure we finish the parak. Midas Avazu, Amura Bebeinim, B'shas Atfila Deis Gabus Hanevesh Hadakis V'chulei. That means this mid of Ava that we were talking about by a Beinini, B'shas davening, by this conquering the good, Nefesh Hadakis over the Nefesh Abahamis. Hine. Legaba Madrigas Satikim of the Sheb Emes Labitoi, a Mechinas Avazunikos B'Shem of this Emes Klau. Ma'acha, Shecholefes Voiveres Achar Hatfila. It's the Maisa is not the Emes Labitov of Hashem, because the Maisa, it basically goes away. It fizzles out straight after davening. You know, the inspiration is gone very, very soon after davening. Utik like it says in Posuk and Mishlei, Svas Emes Tikun La'ad Va'ad, Argia Loshen Shoker, right? Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only for a moment. That means a Beinoni Lemaisa can only have such intense love for only a very short amount of time when he is davening, but it's not a normal part of his day. V'yafa pikein legabe madrigas Beinoni kos avodet tama be'emes lamito shem shel ish kafi madrigas so madrigas ha-Beinonim. You're right. But for a Beinoni, that's called the emes tekamitoi of Avodas Hashem. V'hareni kol ba'avosom shebet filosim gamkein sfas emes tikun ad. He's considered to be someone where his truthful lips are enduring forever. Hoyol v'koach nafshem malakis laksal oiv bechinas avazul oilam. Because Lamaisi, he can always go back to this stage. He can always get aroused again. He can get this excitement and connection and fire once again. Biskabas b'shas atfilah midday yom b'yom, every single day, every single tefillah. Al yedei. When a person taka is mechen for davening, when a person puts in the right koichos for davening, he understands what davening is, he does the achona in the right way according to his madrega and his neshama, then he can be able to reach that again and again. So he is taka doing the avodah tama. He's doing the emes tika avodah. Kihine midas emesi. What is midas emes? He midas shel Yaakov. Yaakov Avinu. Hanikra, the Zoya calls Yaakov Avinu Beriach HaTichoin, Hamavriach Min HaKotzon HaKotzon. Beriach HaTichoin is like the middle sort of column that holds everything balanced, right? That's emestik. Emestik is in the middle. It keeps everything from in the right place. That means the Tanya is teaching us over here, truth is not one specific standard. It's not something, if you look at the Michtav Eliyahu, by the way, he has a Maimer on Emes and Sheker. This is a very similar idea that the Rav Dessler says it's not one standard that's held by everyone in this case. It really depends on the context that it is. In other words, every person, depending on where he is and who he is and where he's holding, has an MS for that situation. And that's what he's telling us. A Beinoni is taka doing the MS because he can get back to that stage. Right, it's a portion without any boundaries. There's no, keep on going. Those people that are So what the Tanya over here has done in Perek Gimel has explained to us something very practical, that every single one of us can become a Beinoni, even though Rabbah held himself to be a Beinoni, because for his learning all day was like our davening for 3.5 seconds. When we have that concentration and we do the right achana for davening, then during Shemana Esrei, during Shema, during some point, we can have such a connection to Hashem that the Raya right now is subdued. That's a Beinoni. It's there. That's why he's not a tzaddik, but it's subdued. And for those few seconds, he becomes a Beinoni. And we'll see. He's going to make this more and more practical for us, and it's very important to remember this. Be'ez Hashem, tomorrow we shall continue Perek Dalet.